So hello everyone, my name is Manthan Sharma, student of MCA second year IIPS DA. Today we are going to learn about the topic UNIX and its architecture. So UNIX isn't just an old operating system, it is the foundation of modern tech. It teaches us how the system manages processes, files and security. And it powers everything from server to smartphones. So understanding UNIX gives you the key to master programming, networking and system design. So without further ado, let's start with our topic. So first of all, we are going to start with the introduction of UNIX. In early 1970s, developers at AT&T Bell Labs created UNIX. It quickly became famous for its simplicity, portability, and powerful capabilities. Today, Unix influences almost every major operating system, including Linux and macOS. So now continuing with the features of Unix OS. First, it is multitasking. It can run multiple programs simultaneously without any interference. Second, multi-user. It allows simultaneous access by multiple users securely. Third, portability. It is easy to move in different hardwares. Fourth, security and permission controls. It protects file from viruses and it processes the file securely from by networking and doing it. It does very securely. Shell and utilities. It uses command line based operations and to execute your programs and everything. Its network and capability are very good as it has built-in TCP and IP networking early on. Overview of Unix architecture. The architecture of Unix is simple but powerful. It follows a layered structure where hardware, kernel, shell, and application interact efficiently. And it has a very modular design where each layer handles distinct functions independently. So now let's explore each layer in detail. Hardware layer. At the bottom, we have the physical hardware like CPU, memory units, storage devices, and input-output devices. The operating system needs to manage these physical resources efficiently. Kernel layer. The kernel layer is the core part of Unix. It handles process scheduling, memory management, file system operations, device communication, and system security. The user never interacts directly with the kernel, it works behind the scenes. So we cannot directly interact with the kernel, it works behind the scene. So like it is a spatial agent and it is working behind the scenes. You can with the shell layer. The shell layer acts as an interpreter between the user and the kernel. User types some commands into the shell and it translates them for the kernel to execute. So a shell layer is a command line interface where user can input some commands and interact with the OS directly. मतलब, we can give some inputs and it can perform it. So that's it. That's the shell layer. So let's move on to the application programs. On the top of the shell are various user levels application programs. This includes text editors like VIM, compilers like GCC, and utilities like grep and AWK. Don't worry about it. We will cover these topics in the upcoming videos. So just listen to them and take notes in your mind only. Don't interrogate what is this and what is that. We will cover it. So this program rely on the shell to interact with the underlying hardware through the kernel. So now let's understand about the flow of command execution. First, user input. Commands entered via terminal or shell interference is the inputs which the user are giving to us. Second, in the shell, it interprets and parses commands from the user. मतलब it translates the commands from the user, and then the third step is the shell gives this command to the kernel, which manages system resources and protocol and process controls. Fourth, or whatever the program or the user has given the input, whatever he needs, it then after the processing, it goes to the hardware, which executes low-level instruction handling, task handlings. So now let's see the visual diagram of the Unix architecture. Oh, sorry, I forgot to add it here. Let's go back towards that slide. So as you can see, there is hardware, kernel, shell, and application program. So first of all, first comes hardware layer. At the base, we have the hardware, the physical CPU, memory, and disk, input-output device. Second, kernel. Above the hardware lies the kernel, the heart of the operating system. It manages it manages processor scheduling, memory management, file system access, device drives, and security. So then after the kernel comes shell, your command line interpreter. It reads your commands and communicates with the kernel to get the job done. We interact with the shell by the commands like ls, cd, and mkdir. mkdir. ls means listing, and mkdir means min directory. We will see about it. So now comes application programs. On top, we have user level programs like editors, compilers, and utilities like grep, awk, vim nano, and gcc compilers. Don't worry about it. We will continue. We will see these topics in upcoming videos. So now let's move on with. So now let's see importance of Unix in today's world. Unix remains a foundation for modern technology. It is the heart of servers, cloud systems, networking equipment, and even mobile operating systems like Android and iOS. Yes, you heard it right. The Android and iOS are based on Unix only. They are made on the structure of Unix only. So as you can see in the PowerPoint, I have listed something: servers, mobile OS, cloud computing, and embedded systems. You can see the servers. 70% of the enterprise servers run on Unix. Mobile OS like iOS and Android are built on the Unix foundation. Cloud computing like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud are also based on the Unix structure only. So now let's move on to the key application programs in Unix. So we have editors, compilers, and utilities. VI editor, nano editor, GCC compiler, CLAG, grep, CED. So let me give you some basics applications, and let me introduce you this in this video, and we will cover it in next videos. So VI is a classic command line editor with decades of use. It has some commands like A, S, R, and etc. GCC is a GNU compiler collection widely adopted, and in utilities there is grep, which searches the pattern within the files, what how you have written from increasing to decreasing, and etc, etc. So we will collect so guys, let's summarize what we have learned today. So Unix is a powerful, secure, and multi-user OS with a clean architecture which has layers: hardware, kernel, shells, and application layer. And we have learned that Unix is a very revolutionized computing OS, which has inspired Android, iOS, and Windows. So we know that this concept of Unix remains critical even today. So guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Please be attentive in your classes, and always listen to your teacher. Always be good students, and learn more and more about the OSs, because it is very interesting to learn about this, and it will be very helpful for you. So thank you for watching and your time and your attention. We are open for questions. You can subscribe my channel and comment down your questions and anything you want to ask from me. So thank you so much.